Okay, so we're live. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria. I'm a host here on this immersion tonight with my special guest, Andrea Rodrigues, and also one of the best hosts here on Talk and Talk. Today, we're going to talk about breaking cycles. And first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. I've been here on Talk and Talk for over 3 years. I currently live in Florianopolis. As it for business, I have my own company. I am a broker insurance, and I've been loving my job. I've been learning a lot in the past few months, past few years, and to tell you the truth, Talk and Talk has helped me a lot about developing myself, my abilities to talk to people and to deal with people in general, like talking for a bunch of people and trying to catch their attention and trying to involve everybody in a conversation. And one very nice stuff that happened last week with me, I was in a classroom. It was a class about speaking and in Portuguese in business. And I received a lot of great comments about my speaking abilities. And I was very happy because I was such a shy and introvert person. And I've seen that in these past 3 years that I've been here, this was the main place that I developed myself, that I developed confidence to talk, that I developed like something that I want to talk about it and know how to wrap my thoughts in a way that people can understand. So it's something that I've been loving to do. And about you, Andrea, what can you tell us?
Hey, good evening, guys. My name is Andrea. I work as an assistant administrative in a Japanese restaurant. And I was listening you, Vic, and I totally agree with your point that talk and talk help us not just about with the language, I believe that English and the other language is just a point because we learn more than that. These skills that you said, it's really important. And I usually I like to talk with the people, but sometimes I feel a little shy, you know, and this immersion helps me a lot as well to communicate myself and about the confidence. I remember when I started here in 2021, October 2021, I was so shy, so afraid to make mistakes, to open my mouth, to share my opinion. And then nowadays it's so different because I'm still making a lot of mistakes, not a problem. Ourselves. But I believe that the confidence that we gain here, it's really good, it's the most important. So it's not only about the language, the English itself, it's more about the other things that we can learn here. So that's it. I don't know if
Yeah.
my connection is good. Can you listen me well,
I
Vicky?
guess I guess it's my connection because I was in a meeting earlier and it was freezing a lot, so I have to
Ah,
call
okay.
the the technical support for the internet tomorrow. Maybe I don't know if they will be working.
Okay.
So just to complement you, Andrea, the greatest impact that I had here on Talk and Talking in my life, it wasn't about English. I developed a lot my English abilities, my English conversation skills, but the greatest impact in my life, it was directly in my work and my social abilities also, because I moved to a new city a couple of years ago and it is very different, and it was hard for me to make new friends from zero as an adult because I work at home, I study at home, so it helped me to reach other people, to reach other places without being too shy or too introvert. So It's a great place to be and to make awesome friends also.
Yes, I agree with you, Vic.
So, Andrea, let's begin with our topic tonight. Number one, what's one habit you've successfully unlearned?
Good question. I don't know if I can say it like a habit, but I think so. Even though it's like a kind of addiction, but it's a kind of habit as well that we create. I stopped smoking, I believe 10 years ago. I am not sure. So I used to be a person that since I wake up, the first thing that I did was take my cigarettes, to smoke. It's such uh, how can I say that, a bad habit. So I can say that it's a habit that I unlearned, thank God, because it was not easy. But nowadays I don't have problems because, for example, I like drinking wine, drinking a beer, and every time that I need to drinking something alcoholic, I have the wish to smoke. Nowadays I can handle it very well, and thank God I don't return to smoke because it's really difficult to stop. So maybe I can share it with you, Vic.
Wow, that's amazing. Really, really, really amazing to drop it because yeah, it's a habit and also in some point an addiction. And how long have you smoked and for how long have you stopped? How was the process for you?
I started smoking when I was, I believe, 16 years
Mhm.
old, you know. So I have smoked for maybe 15 years. I don't remember exactly. I am 47 now. Yeah, maybe 15 years. So at the beginning, I believe that everybody started like, oh, if I start smoking, I will become uh, an adult, quickly. Because it was my thoughts when I was 15, 16 years old. I started smoking because I think, oh, so fancy. In that time, I believe that was fancy, smoking, but nowadays I cannot say that. And the process was so hard because my mom smoke a lot. She is still smoking and she's 68 years old and she can't stop. And I believe that we need to stop it. We need to be determined that in thinking about your health, of course, and about your future as well. Because I remember when I decided to stop smoking, it was really hard. And all my family, my friends, oh, Andrea, don't do that. You will not achieve this goal. No, I will
Really?
do it. Yeah, people thought that, oh, it's not possible for you to stop smoking because you are so addicted. And
Wow.
then, yes,
I'm shocked.
imagine. Imagine. And when I got it, everybody was incredible. So it's nice now to think about that.
What was the twist for you, the main point that you said, okay, now I want to stop smoking, now I have to, I want to. What was the main point that changed your mind?
Actually, I was participating in a church,
Mhm.
and every year in this church, we had, for example, we needed to stay 21 days without something that we really like.
Mhm.
For example, can be eat chocolate, go to a party. I don't know, handle things that you really like and can be really difficult for you to stop for 21 days. And then I had already done other things related every year related to this process. But in that time, just come to my mind the cigarettes, you know. And I usually say that it was God. talking with me because I just heard a voice do about cigarettes. And okay, I will stop smoking. I just decided, and then I need to follow the sequence about 21 days without smoking. And thank God I survived it.
That's very nice to hear. And each experience, they're so very unique
Mhm.
because nowadays we all know cigarettes, they're bad for health and stuff, smoking, but everybody, anybody can say you can must have told you that before, oh, stop smoking, it's not good, but it had to come from inside of you, from your
Yeah,
heart, from your mind, from God telling you. So it's something that it really needs to come inside from you. So you kept going because it was for yourself.
exactly.
Even though we want so bad, it's very hard to change something, a habit, an addiction, because somebody's asking us, because we want to change for somebody. I have an aunt, for example, she smokes for like, I don't know, 40 years, something like that. And the whole family always talks to her, oh, stop smoking, it's very bad, you're going to get sick. But your story, for example, you only stopped when God touched you and you put in your mind, okay, I have to do this for me. I want to do this for me because it's something very difficult. I believe that it was not easy because it was something that it did for years, every day, a lot of times every day.
Yes.
So it has to be a big change. When we make a big change, it has to be for you. At deep down, you can use other people as support, you can use other people as another reason to do that, but deep down we only go through when we do something for us.
Yes. And something interesting, Vic, I am not a religious person, you know. Since I stopped smoking, I have never come back to this church, for example.
Really,
So maybe it's something that needs to help with me, you know. And the church was a way to for me to achieve it. So it's interesting to think about.
I really believe that, Andrea, because especially about what you're saying, you're not a religious person, but in order to do that, this was a way, a mean for and about to make it happen, because
Yes.
you didn't go to the church anymore. It was not about the church. A lot of things in life, I believe that they only happen like in a way, in a moment, and then we go to other ways. For example, when we meet some people, when we are in certain relationships. I know that bad things happen and not everything comes to give us a lesson and stuff like that. But some things, they just pass through our life to make us think and change some habits, change the way we live and the way we think, the way
Yeah.
we see life.
Yes.
That's
It's
very
like a
crazy.
cycle, you know, it's like a cycle. When you
Yeah, it's a
finish it, then
cycle.
that's it.
Yeah,
I
it's a
agree.
cycle. And ever since you stopped, there was there some time that you smoked again, or you just stopped that all and never did it again, like uh, downfall, I guess.
No, once I have stopped it, uh, before this experience 10 years ago, I had stopped smoking for 1 year, and then I returned to
Mm.
smoke. And since this last time, I have never come back to smoke. So interesting, you know, because I don't know, the experience about this church, the voice that I heard in talking with me, I believe that it's related everything. I don't know. it's like God that said for me, because you need to stop smoking. Maybe I will get sick in the future. I don't know why. It's like a livramento. I don't know how to say that
Mhm.
in English, but I think like that nowadays because I I have already stopped smoking before this experience and returned to smoke. And then since then
And a year,
I've
it's a
never.
long time for you to stop.
Yeah, yeah. And nowadays, for example, I don't have problems to people that smoking near me,
Yeah,
but
I
I
was
can
going to ask you
feel.
that.
Go ahead.
When people smoke near you, does it bother you? You get like little, like a bit sick, or does it make you, do you have the urge to smoke it, or you don't care at all? How is it?
Yes, I feel a little bored, but not because I want to smoke, because of
The smell.
the smell. When I smoke it, I didn't feel feel the smell.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I can feel the smell. For me, it's so terrible, But it's not a problem. I respect because I was a smoker, so I needed to respect the others. But for me nowadays, it's completely, I don't know, it's strange, It not seems that I used to smoke a lot, so so different.
Especially about smells, about cigarette. This specific point is a little. Cigarettes are a little bit like perfumes, for example. If we use our perfume every day, it's like 5 minutes. We don't feel the smell of the perfume anymore. But if you
Yeah,
enter to a room 3 4 hours later, you put on your perfume, people will smell, and you
yeah,
don't even notice anymore because your nose is already used to the smell. And about cigarettes, as you smoked every day, your body, your nose was still used to. But if you enter to a room after smoking like for 2 hours, people will know, people
yeah,
will feel,
exactly.
because it's a strong smell for people who don't smoke, so it's very sensitive.
Yeah, and when we smoke, we don't have this perception. It's
No.
it's crazy.
No, yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So about breaking cycles in general, not only you stop smoking, do you think it's more about discipline or awareness, like it was for you?
I believe that's more about awareness. Of course, discipline can play a big role, but we need to know, we need to realize that we need to finish something, you know, because if you don't realize that, it's impossible
Yeah.
to want some changes, So I believe at the first it's awareness, and then we need to be a disciplined person to continuing follow
Yeah.
your path. I believe it's that. I don't know about you, Vic.
I think the same way, the specific same way, because you have to be aware and make the twist in your mind to say, I want to do that or I want to stop doing that.
Mhm.
And it's everything in life, like going to the gym, for example. Okay, everybody, let's make I'm going to the gym first day, I'm aware and I want to. The first day, okay, you can go by yourself. But the next days, you have to have discipline, but
Yeah.
discipline is also hard to follow. It's not every day that you're gonna have discipline. So I believe that it changes, it twists between awareness and discipline all along. And it's a path that never ends. It's like a cycle, as you said. It's a
Hmm.
cycle. It's not a straight line, for example, because it's not something that um, you have a finishing line. Like, it's not only, okay, you stopped smoking, now you won. No, every day you choose not to do that. And when we're going to the gym, it's not like I'm going to the gym, I have been going for 5 years, so I won. No, every day you have to make the decision to keep doing that, to do something or not to do. So it doesn't end. unless you have a final goal, for example, studying for a big, uh, I don't know how it's called in English, concurso, for example, studying for an exam. So when you have a goal, you have a finishing line. Oh, I want to pass this exam. So you have a finishing line to study until you pass the exam. Okay,
Yeah.
but not easy.
No, no, I totally agree with you. And I've been struggling because I want to start doing some exercise, for example, go to the gym. I hate go to the gym, but if it's necessary, I need to do it. And then
Two
I
people in the
can't.
club.
And I can't start. We are in April uh, already, and I didn't start it. And maybe I will procrastinate this decision for the rest of the year. But I don't know. I was thinking, Vic, about the cycles. We can say something related to, for example, I'm a person that really loves going a concerts, as you know. And then I've been realizing that I don't have the same energy anymore, unfortunately. So I need to start preparing myself for end this cycle, even though I really love, it's something that makes me feel really happy. I forget my problems. I really love concerts. It's my addiction nowadays.
You love
I'm
festivals. They're so
Yeah,
tiring. I was
exactly.
once in my life and it was amazing, but I told myself that I don't want to go again because I was so exhausted all day. And it was only a day from
Mhm.
11 to midnight or 1 a.m.
Okay.
But I was so exhausted. It was great, but I don't know how you do it, Andrea.
Yes, me neither. I don't know, Vicky. I don't know where I find the energy to do it. And for example, this year I didn't go to Lollapalooza. Unfortunately, it was the first time since 2016. And of course, I regret about my decision. But I went to other concerts, related to Lollapalooza, more easy, calm, small. Okay, but I've been preparing myself for this day. Oh, Andrea, it's not possible for you go to this kind of festivals. You don't have more energy for it anymore. So stop doing it and thinking about your age. Of course, age is just a number because my mind is not a 47-year-old girl. It's like a 30-year-old girl. And because of this, I continue in doing this kind of things. But I need to prepare myself because the energy it's not the same, unfortunately. For example, last Saturday I went to a Gilberto Gil concert. Oh my gosh, only
Really?
yes, it was
With
amazing.
Maria Bethânia or just him?
No, just him, because
Oh
it's
no, sorry. Maria Bethânia it was with
Caetano.
Caetano. Yeah.
Yes. So in the last tour from Gilberto Gil, he will stop this kind of things, So I decided to go because I really love. And then it's like, okay, only older people, it's something more calm. But oh my gosh, it took me 3 days to recover myself for this concert. So easy, so soft, So yeah, my time it's coming. So
But there's a way. After I went to the festival, I told myself, okay, I don't want to do this again unless because I was in the premium s- premium sector. I don't know the
okay,
name in front of the stage. And I told myself, I don't want to do that again. It was really worth it. But a lot of times during the shows, because I was waiting for the final show, and a lot of times before it, I was telling myself, okay, now I'm going home. I want to go home. I can't handle it. But I can think about it, and also maybe it's a good way for you to go to the concerts, maybe in the chair, in the up
yeah,
chair when it's in a stadium. because you just stay seated and it's okay. It's a bit far, yeah. The last concert I was in Rio de Janeiro, I wasn't able to buy the front sector tickets because they were sold out. So the only ones that I could buy it was like the chairs, and that was very sad because it was far, la la la. But when I got to the city, I was so exhausted, and when I got to the stadium, I was like, thank God I'm here
The
seated,
best
because I
decision.
wasn't, yeah, I was not going to be able to enjoy and to be there all night long because I was exhausted. So I watched the show. Most of the songs I was seated, so I was resting, I was singing, very happy. It was very nice, but it was an amazing experience. It's
Mhm.
not every concert that I'm gonna choose that, it depends a lot, but it's a great way if you're thinking about, oh, I have to drop it. Maybe
Yeah,
there's different ways to enjoy,
yeah,
or
yeah.
not, you
Yeah,
know.
I think you are right, Vic, because we have others options, and maybe in a chair can be a good option. But I don't know, maybe for 2 or 3 years ahead, because I- for me the energy from the floor it's completely
It's,
different, and I
yeah.
love it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a whole different show. Like there's the
exactly.
show, the performance, and the show here with the crowd, because the energy, you feel the energy. It's
Yeah,
like that's the one thing that I love about concerts, because also love going to stadiums. I don't like to watch football on television, but I like going to the stadium because for me it's like a concert. Everybody in one energy, like
yeah,
everybody vibrating for one specific point. So it's
yeah,
amazing. It's
it's
very
amazing.
nice.
I love it.
I was going to say something about, I forgot.
Don't
Forgot
worry.
what I was going to say. So let's go. Today, have you ever noticed one habit or one behavior that you want to drop?
uh Maybe can be overthinking, because I
Great
am
habit
a
to drop.
yes, I am a overthinker, and it's not good for me. I am very anxious, I can say that,
Mhm.
because I don't know, I'm a kind of person that are concerned a lot about. I try to do everything right, I don't like to be like, oh, maybe, for example, if you think about myself, I don't want that you think, oh, Andre, it's a incompetent person.
Mhm.
So I try to do everything really good. But of course, it can demand from you, by you, from you, a lot of effort,
Mhm.
because it's like you need to prove all the time that, oh, you are good on it.
But would you say that it reflects more about your work or your life in general?
More about my work, but in my
Mhm.
life in general as well, but it's more about my work. So every time that I need to solve something, I will bring this problem to my home, and then I will go to my bed with this problem, and then I start overthinking about it. And if I suddenly wake up during the night, it's terrible, because I know that for me to start sleeping again, maybe it will be really hard. So I'd like to be more soft to myself. Andrea, don't push yourself so hard. You don't need to be like that every day, every time. People can um, fail.
Sure.
So I wish I could have these thoughts to
It's
start?
so interesting to talk about that, because we know what we have to do and we know how it should be. But when we have to do, it's very difficult. It's very
Yeah.
different. It's not only, oh, I know what I have to do. I have to take it easy with me. But when you are in a practical situation, it's so hard,
Yeah.
because the people who expects more from you is you.
Mm-hmm.
It's only you. It's first you. You are the one who really pushes you very hard. And sometimes people don't, it's not like they don't expect in a bad way, but they don't expect you to be half perfect that you're trying to be.
Yeah.
You told me about being anxious, and I remember about yesterday. I worked a lot and I was very tired. So I was studying, watching videos, studying, and I stopped because I wasn't learning anymore. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
paying attention. And then I told myself, oh, I'm going to rest, but I want to read because I have so many books to read and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But I read like 3 pages, and if you ask me a word, I don't know. I read 3 pages and I didn't know anything about what I was reading. So when I realized that, I told myself, oh, I wasn't learning because I wasn't hearing. Now I'm trying to read and I'm not reading. So
Yeah.
let rest your mind. Shut this. So I stopped everything and I began to organize my clothes, to fold the laundry. It's something
Mm-hmm.
boring to do, but it's something that made me feel better because it was disorganized and I was willing to have some time to do that. So I folded the laundry, then I walked with my dog, and I did other stuff without involving my mind. I did other stuff manually, something that I have to take with my hands and get up and do stuff, because when I'm feeling tired in my mind, exhausted, and when I'm feeling anxious, I try to drop the stuff that I have to think to do, and I try to, like, a bad example, but I did yesterday and it worked out for me. I washed the dishes. I did the dishes. So you can do something fun, not only the the stuff in your house that you have to do, work in your house, because we have work in work and work at home.
Yeah.
But not only the stuff that you have to do at home, but for example, just go for a walk in your neighborhood if you can, or just I don't know, do something manually. I prefer to do something manually. Some people prefer to listen to a song or to watch TV, watch a movie. But I like to, for me, it's like when I turn off my mind, I have to do something with my hands. And that helps me a lot to calm down, because when I touch stuff, I'm like more in the present because my mind is so fast. And if I'm doing something with my hands, I have to be patient because my body doesn't move as fast as my mind. So it's something that helps me.
Yeah.
And other stuff that I remembered, I was willing to tell you about the gym. I always want to go to the gym. I went to the gym this year and I booked a month. I paid a month. I went a week, 5 days to be exactly. I went 5 days. And the main point here, I wanted to go to the gym because I have to do exercise to be healthier, la 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 la. But I realized that it's not only the gym, I can do other stuff. For example, now I'm playing volleyball every week. It's not gym, it's not like gym, it's better for your muscles and your body, for example, but every week I go happy, I enjoy a lot, and I'm willing to go the next week. And I found some friends that are playing beach tennis with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing other sports. I'm trying a lot of different stuff to understand, oh, I like this and I'm going to get stuck on this. It doesn't have to be the perfect scenario, because we try so hard to make the perfect choices, the perfect answers, the perfect everything.
Yeah.
But that doesn't exist. We have to do what we can. We have to do what's possible for us. Like, okay, you can't go to the gym, but maybe you do something else. Maybe you play ping pong, for example. It can be
Yeah.
anything, but something, you play volleyball, you play anything you like, you know.
Yes.
Try to do other stuff. It may not only be sports, but it can be, for example, one thing I love, crosswords. I love crosswords. They're
Yes.
so fun.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Vicky, because, for example, we need first respect our body, right? As you are
Yeah.
were talking about, you are tired, and you need to study, and then you realize that, oh, it's not possible to learn, so I need to do other thing. Sometimes the problem for me, for example, is, oh, I need to be productive all the time. I cannot sit in front of my computer to watch a movie or to watch a video, a city video. No, I need to study in English. I need to improve myself. But no, you need to respect your body, your mind. It's the most important, because sometimes we are so tired. And when I am so tired, I am like you. I can't think properly. It's so difficult to be here speaking English, because
It
the
is.
words disappear. The words that you usually use every day just disappear from your mind. So
Even in Portuguese.
even in Portuguese, you are right. So, okay, keep calm. You don't need to be like that. You need to do other things. You can't do other things. Don't push yourself so hard. I try to put it in my mind, even though it's hard. Sometimes I have to confess, but I believe that's necessary. Try to rest and not feel guilty about
Guilty.
that. Exactly. Because, oh my gosh, it's so difficult, this feeling. Oh, when you, I don't know, spend 3 or 4 hours in front of TV, just chilling out, I don't know, watching something that you like, and then you realize, oh, I needed to do other things, not stay here watching
Yeah.
TV. But you need to do it. Of course, you need to have your time to refresh your mind, to start again, do other things. So I believe that it's
Andrea,
important.
one thing that my psychologist taught me when it was last year, when I was almost having a breakdown because I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I was working in 2 jobs and studying post graduation and a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
And she told me something that it felt like, this is so stupid, but actually it's so good, because I started doing that and changed a lot for me. It's like putting in your agenda a time for you to rest. You can put like something, okay, I want to go to the mall. I want to watch a movie. I want to lay in my bed and do nothing. But put in your calendar, okay, every day it can be like 15 minutes, the time you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be an hour, 2 hours. It can be 15 minutes. The way it can happen for you, put your agenda, okay, every day from 8 to 9 p.m. I'm going to watch YouTube videos about anything, not English, not study, not anything, about fun stuff,
Hmm.
about the trailers for the movies I want to go on the weekend. Anything, but put in your agenda a time for you. Not only, don't only wait for the weekend, for your day off at work to do something for yourself, to do something you like. Put it as a task every day. You have the task at your job, you have the task at your house, you have the task in your relationships, all of our relationships, but you have a task, an appointment with yourself. okay, I'm here with Vicky now, but later I want to watch videos, I want to make popcorn and just chill, just be here. And when she told me that, I was like, she's crazy. That's so stupid.
It doesn't
And
work, right?
yeah, but after a few weeks, then I thought a lot about it, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to go to the hospital like this.
Mhm.
And I stopped and I began with 30 minutes. And I was okay. I have from it was from 6 to 6:30 because then I had classes. From 6 to 6:30, I'm gonna shut it everything down and I'm just going lay on the couch, just that, and be with my dog. No phone, no television, nobody speaking in my head because I was so very tired. And it was a process and still is a process, it's a cycle. And I began to make me feel better again, along with so much other stuff, not only it, but I began to regain myself again, to feel like myself again, and to enjoy the stuff that I do. Like, we have to work, we have to solve a lot of things, but today it's not a burden anymore to do the stuff that I have to. I do know that I do that, and it's okay. And after that, I'm going to take care of myself, I'm going to take care of the other stuff. And this like brought me more to myself again, to the moment.
Yeah, and I believe that it's really important, Vicky, because you are learning how to deal, for example, to have a time for you. And as I said before, not to feel guilty to do it, because, okay, we have a lot of things, a lot of problems during the day at work. And sometimes we arrive at home and we need to do, I don't know, study because we can't stop doing how can I say? I just said the other word and now I forget. We can't stop being a productive person all the time, we can't do it. But okay, maybe do this process that you said can be really good. I will try to do it because I've been doing a lot of things. I've been working a lot, I've been studying a lot as well, but I believe that it's necessary to have this time,
You
because
study
I don't
English
know,
every
it's like
day?
a burnout. Yeah, every day. Every day I am here on Talk and Talk. It's a pleasure for me. I wish I could have this motivation that I have to study in English for other things, Vic. I have to confess. It's not a problem. I can stay the entire day here, it's talking English because I really love. I don't know what is the difference, to study in English and to study other things? Because I have stopped a college twice because I didn't have the motivation to continuing. And when it comes to English, it's completely different. I don't know why.
That's very nice. I don't know the answer as well, but maybe for me, for example, it's not only, I'm not here about English anymore. In the beginning, it was
Mhm.
because it was good for my resume, it was good for new jobs, la la la. But now I'm here because I feel good to talk to you. I feel good to talk to people. Like, for example, this topic that we're talking about. Sometimes we don't talk about stuff like this with our closest friends, with
Yeah,
our partners. We don't stop a whole hour without phone, without distractions, without doing anything else.
good
Because
point.
when you're here, you told me you're an anxious person.
Mhm.
When you're here in Talk and Talk, you are here,
Yeah,
and you know that I am also here, and most of the other people, they are doing other stuff as well, but most of the other people, they are here. So you know that we are here for a purpose, and we are here because we want to. Nobody, we are adults, nobody is obliging us to do anything. This is not our job, this is not something that if I stop, I will lose something. No, we are here because we want, and we are here in present. So it makes me feel good as well. That's why I like being here. That's why I believe that for you, it may not be such a burden like a college, for example, because it's lighter. You learn, but we're learning a lot. I'm learning with your vocabulary, with your pronunciation, with myself. I hear every mistake I make. I know the mistakes, but I'm still talking. So we're learning, but the main point here, we're having such a nice conversation. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Exactly, Vicky. You said everything because sometimes, for example, if we are not here, probably we will spend time or waste time on the cell phone, and sometimes just scrolling silly things. And this opportunity that we have, even we are talking English, can be better, because sometimes, as you said, we don't talk too much. It's some kind of topics that we see here on Talk and Talk, even in Portuguese. But we are here 1
Yeah,
hour training our English, learn how to listening each other because it's the most important, having a great conversation. So maybe this environment, push, push us, because it's so good. We feel, we feel really well in this kind of environment. So maybe can
yeah.
be it.
Ah, I remember something I wanna told you. The volleyball group that I participate, it's a nomad group for travelers and also for people who live here. But
Mhm.
there's a lot of people from abroad, a lot of
Oh, nice.
people who they're not Brazilian. So we speak English most of the time. And
Amazing.
I've made some friends. It's so nice. And it was so funny and hard at the same time because the friends that I met like it's like 70 people per game because it's a lot of quadras,
Mhm.
uh, spots. I forgot, and 70 people per Sunday, more or less. And I've made some friends, and they are from Philippines, Malaysia, Netherlands, Germany. There was one more that I forgot, and even an Argentinian. He speaks in
Mhm.
English because most of the people, and everybody has a different accent, and it's so hard to understand. In the beginning, the first day, I was so very lost because I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to speak English. I'm not understanding a word. And then as the time went by, I began to understand so many different accents.
Mhm.
And I also understood that I don't, my vocabulary, it seems to be so tiny. There are
Mhm.
so many words that people use that I told, oh my God, what is it? I don't know how to say this. And it's very fun because it's all around the world. Mostly when we talk about English, we think like, for example, the flag here, United States. We think
Mhm.
about the American English, but a lot of people, it's like the most talked language in the world. So we have lots of different accents. And it made me think even more about how we treat ourselves about our English and our accent because, oh, I don't know, my English is bad, sorry. A lot of people begin, my English is bad, sorry. Mostly
Yeah.
Brazilians say that. And the other people, they just don't care. Like, we're talking, that's it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not my first language. I can talk another language. I can have a conversation. That's awesome. I'm not trying to be a native. I'm not. So it's a great reminder for me every day to not push myself so hard about that. And not only this, but other stuff that we're learning all along.
Yeah, it's amazing experience, Vic, because it's different, to have the contact with the language every day through the internet. You are in
Yeah.
Santa Catarina, I am in São Paulo, and then face to face, it's completely different. Maybe face to face you will, I don't know, struggling because you don't understand some words, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Maybe I will find something like that here. Thank God. I will search about because Now I am really, I don't know, motivated to start doing this kind of things, and speaking English. Imagine.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Exercise.
Uh, what city do you live again? It's not São Paulo. It's like
Guarujá, the
near
coast of São Paulo.
Guarujá.
Yes.
It's like how far is it from São Paulo?
1 hour and
Ah, it's
20
very near.
minutes. Yeah, it's near. Yeah.
Yeah.
Near
Um,
Santos, Praia Grande.
Ah, okay. I was thinking about because I remembered you live in São Paulo, but I wasn't sure if you lived in the capital because I'm going to São Paulo in September for an event about work.
Mm.
And I thought, oh my God, I want to meet Andrea, but you don't live
Yes,
there.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Can
let's
be
see if
opportunity.
we can arrange this. It would be very nice.
Yes.
Uh, it doesn't seems like it. I was a bit worried when I saw, okay, it's just gonna be Andrea and me. Maybe we don't have much to talk about it, but I'm glad we talked about like two questions.
Yes, actually, two questions about the topic, right? And we
Yeah,
talk
two
everything.
questions.
It's amazing. It was amazing, Vicky. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. I always love talking to you, Andrea. And please try to put in your calendar, in your agenda, a time for you to do your own stuff, anything, just to try to rest a little bit, a time for you. It's a great thing to do.
Of course, I will do it. Thank you so much for the tip.